Tekashi goes up to the Breakfast Club and defends all the rumors that are going around about him. You know, they ask all the hard questions, they address everything. And Charlamagne really digs into him, but this is a culture that Charlamagne created dating back to 2002 when he was with Wendy Williams. So he can't be so critical of this. So let's dive into this. Okay, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. Check the link below. Product of the week are these new earbuds. They're under $40. They do everything the Apple ones do, but they're a lot cheaper, $100 cheaper. Go check them out. Link below. Go order them right now. 40 bucks. You can't lose. And if you want to run ads on the channel, it's jordantowermedia@gmail.com. Okay, we're talking about Charlamagne and Tekashi today. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, you're defending Tekashi, da-da-da. Listen, there's one thing I do respect about this kid, okay? He's only playing the game that was put before him, okay? In the beginning, I was like, wait a minute, this kid's like, he's tripping, right? But then I thought about it, and I was like, wait a minute, this has been a culture that's been going on for years. You know, it's always kind of been part of the culture, you know, battle rap and calling people out, and it just got worse with social media. Now, Charlamagne can't criticize me. I'll go through the whole thing, and also I'll have the link to the Breakfast Club interview below if you want to check it out yourself. But this is just my take on it, and then you guys can have your own take on it. Tekashi, I don't agree with everything he does, okay? He's you know, as they call clout chasing out here, okay? I agree that he's doing that because, you know, he'll take a situation, he'll respond to everything, okay? Because everything will keep him in the press, and I think that is a smart move. Do I love his music? I like a few songs. I'm not like a huge Tekashi fan, but you can't deny that the kid gives off a vibe in his music. And I respect it more than a lot of other music that's out here now. It just shows you where we are in the culture right now, which is fine, okay? Music evolves. Anyways, Charlamagne goes in on him. You know, Tekashi's saying he's the hottest in New York. He's like, you're not the hottest in New York. Cardi B is. Now, in his perspective, I would say he is the hottest in New York because Cardi B has a machine behind her. She has Atlantic pumping millions upon millions of dollars marketing her every day. Now, granted, she did get hot, like bubbled on the Instagram and everything, and that got her to loving hip hop. She's amazing at what she did because she was trolling too. She wouldn't call people specifically out. She would just give her opinions on things and turn it into comedy on Instagram, and people love that. Okay. What's different is Tekashi is using the gangster thing to like troll people back. You know, a lot of people don't like that this guy's claiming to be gangster. Okay, just like they didn't like it with Young Thug when he was wearing dresses 2 or 3 years ago, claiming they're gangsters, but they have, you know, colored hair, or they paint their nails, or they wear dresses, okay? But, you know, I gotta give this kid this. Everywhere he has a problem, he shows up. Now, he addressed the switching sides allegations. He said, I used to hang with Crips, I used to hang with Bloods, but I'm a Blood. And that makes sense because, especially in New York, it's not as divided. You know, you got some people claiming Crips, some people claiming Blood. You know, that's fine, okay? He addressed the allegations against him being a child, whatever. You know, like, he was 18, got with like a 15-year-old. That could happen because, like, look at how most married people are, okay? Now, a lot of girls dress like they're... I'm not defending him in this because this is still sick, okay? Still. And it just shows you that, you know, the girl lied on her age and everything. Now, I understand what he's saying, and then, you know, he pled guilty because he didn't have enough money to defend himself. Okay, I'll give him that. But still, it seems like he has remorse for it, and it really was a mistake. I mean, if you watch the interview, okay? And again, I'm not just defending the kid straight up. I don't know the full details on that situation. So the girl, there might be a whole different story. But from what he said, he actually showed remorse. Some people don't show remorse at all, you know. He said, man, it was embarrassing. You know, her age, we're 3 years apart. It would be different if I was 30 and she was, you know, 15. And that's true. That's true, okay? They were close in age. Most people that are married are 5 years apart anyways. We'll move on from that. And again, I'm not defending him on that. So some of you guys might, no. I'm not defending him. I still think it's wrong, okay? Then he talked about the whole Jay Prince Jr. and everything. It is kind of like, and then not showing up to a show. He talked about how WorldStar was supposed to provide security. What is he supposed to do? Fly 50 people out? That would be very expensive. He flies with a few people. The venue is supposed to provide security, and obviously Jay Prince Jr. was on stage, and they couldn't let Tekashi perform because it was an unsafe environment. And he said, I'm not going to get WorldStar on WorldStar stage. That makes no sense. You know, I showed up and I had to leave because they wanted me to leave. That makes sense, okay? And Jay Prince Jr., you know, I have nothing but respect for the Prince family, but, you know, them playing the social media game on top of that, I think that's beneath them. I think they're way above that, honestly. And I think Jay Prince would agree on that, you know, that they're above that. They handle their stuff differently. You know, they put statements out and they stand behind their statements. They live on morals and principles, and you can do nothing but respect the Prince family. I think he should, you know, definitely back down on the Prince thing, though. Those guys, the Prince family is a serious family, and they're proven out here. He addressed, you know, all the little beefs he has. You know, he says people testing my gangster, and I show up. And he does show up, okay? Now, you know, he said if someone catches up with me, they catch up with me, you know? But they're not gonna. And I was like, okay, I mean, you know, he's putting it out there. This is how he wants to live his life. You can't really fault anybody for the way they want to live, you know? And that's that. So, you know, Charlamagne was trying to, Charlamagne obviously doesn't like him, okay? But Charlamagne started this culture, back to what I started with, because in 2002 and everything, whenever a rapper would come up, he would go way left and dig way deep into some problems with them just to start a problem on the radio to make a name for himself. So whatever they call it now, clout chasing. He was chasing a name for himself way back then with Wendy Williams. He was known for battling with the rappers and saying the most craziest stuff. And you know, he never got touched because, you know, he was working in Midtown Manhattan. Nothing's going to happen there. And, you know, he went on to do that, and he went on to do the same thing with the Breakfast Club, okay, in the beginning. You know, and, you know, Charlamagne's like, aren't you scared? You're saying crazy stuff and people are going to step to you. It's the same situation with Charlamagne. And Charlamagne always claimed to have a couple goons around him, too. Just like Tekashi says he has a couple goons around him that are willing to, you know, get busy. You know, it's not my job to get busy. It's the same thing, honestly. It's just media and rapping, you know? So when it comes to Charlamagne versus Tekashi, they're both the same, but in different jobs, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. You can live the life you want to live. But you can't really, you got to give someone props for at least being consistent. As much as I might not like and agree with everything 6ix9ine does, you know, with the child thing and the, you know, all the beefs he's doing and the people he's beefing with and everything, I do recognize that he is consistent. Anyways, guys, that's enough on this. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you click the link below. It's definitely a good interview. He addresses everything, and I can respect that. And he has he said all of his records, Billboard and everything. Technically, he is the hottest artist in New York. You got to give him that with no bag behind him, right? With very little money promoting him, he is the hottest artist in New York. Because you can't compare him to a Cardi B and everything, because Cardi B has a machine behind her. She is the hottest in New York. Cardi B is the hottest in New York when you look at it on that level. She's the hottest in New York. But on the lower level, the upcoming level, you'd have to give it to Tekashi. Now, him saying King of New York, it's kind of disrespectful to a lot of people, but that's between them and him, you know? That's all I have to say about that. I mean, whatever you guys think, chime in below. I think this is interesting, but I think this kid is going down a dark path to end it off like that. I think he is, and he might want to dial it back a little bit because you know, these things don't always end well. Anyways, I hope, you know, I'm not wishing any bad upon him though. You know, like, he's out here making music, providing for his family. He's doing what he has to do. Anyways, guys, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Appreciate you guys. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. And if you want to run ads on the channel, it's jordantowermedia@gmail.com. I'll check you guys on the next video. Appreciate you, and peace. Check the link below. Product of the week are these new earbuds. They're under $40. They do everything the Apple ones do, but they're a lot cheaper, $100 cheaper. Go check them out. Link below. Go order them right now. $40. You can't lose.